Hi there, welcome back. I don't really know what I'm going to do in today's video. I have a couple of things that I want to share, and I guess we can set up my plotter for next week. It's Thursday, so I'm getting ready for Galentine's with a Plan, I think is what it's called. So getting ready for that, and that's about it. I'm going to take out a couple of sheets and flip this one over just so I can see. So just kind of talk and I don't know, chat, and then I'm going to share. I have a new pen, a notebook that I picked up, and then I've got some inks that I want to share. Just a couple. I have a whole order coming from Van Ness, but it looks like it's going to be delayed and it's probably not going to be here till Saturday, so I'll be gone by then. So I'll probably film it next week, but I have a couple of inks from Atlas and then a pen that I got from Atlas. So let's just get right in. I'm going to start drawing the lines and just kind of tell you I'm really nervous about going to Galentine. I just don't do I don't do social interactions very well, so I'm just nervous. I always get that way when I have to do things that I'm not comfortable doing. I've never been like too excited. I mean, like, I used to be really social. I don't know what has happened over the years. If it's just age, I don't know. But I have been much more, I don't know, nervous, anxiety, because I never had any kind of anxiety really about anything growing up. I was just always fun and outgoing, and that's just not me anymore. I'd just rather be home, enjoying my animals, and playing with pens and ink. So I'm going to be driving to Atlanta on Saturday morning. I'm leaving really early. So that is just kind of what the plan is. I am planning on spending the night down there. Just one night. Because, it's not that long of a drive, but between the drive and then the like the actual conference, and I want to meet up with, I'm planning on seeing Danielle, and we'll be there together, but hopefully we can hang out after and have dinner and things. So let's see, we're going into February. But I'm excited. I'm just not excited about all the people, which is unfortunate because I would love to be. And see, I'm like planning for the Atlanta pen show in April. And see, the last, no, we went since then. It was just before. So they didn't have it. I don't remember how many. They didn't have a couple during the COVID. I think they did it online or something. But prior to that, it was fairly small. Mo, you can't come up here every time Mommy's recording. You're up here every time. Mommy's busy. Mommy is busy. You gotta get down. These people don't want to see your furry fat head. Aw, you're so sweet. Go lay down. There's your tail. You just come up here to make a mess on my desk, don't you? All right, so I gotta find that. I have to hunt these stickers down. I think they're in here. I really need to get rid of some stuff. I need to go through this stuff and get rid of things because I have too much stuff. Way too much stuff. Anyway, so yeah, they didn't have it. I don't know if it's 1 or 2 years, but I think they did an online kind of thing. I can't remember. It's been whatever. But prior to COVID, it was fairly small. It was fairly, you know, there weren't like a ton of vendors. There were enough, but it just wasn't. I need to try to use up. I think that is that the only one that I have that I've started on. I have so many date dots. I'm trying to get through some of this stuff. But anyway, so I don't know. But I feel like the last time we went, my anxiety wasn't this bad. But now it's just kind of... The past couple of years have been the worst for my anxiety. So we're on the 3rd. So I'm going to try to use up some of these and then we'll kind of get to wherever we can. I hate wasting stickers, but anyway, I'm planning that, and then I'm also planning a trip to Chicago. That is going to be in August. So we're going to... Maybe there was a... Oh, no, there we go. I was going to say, maybe there's a reason why I didn't finish this one. It's a little... I should have just started with one of these rows because now I'm just going to have a whole other mess of stuff not used. Anyway, so I'm really nervous about going. I want to go to Chicago to the sidewalk sale that Atlas does. Because, for one, I want to go to Atlas. They have been, I mean, the fact that I am an affiliate with them, it just gives me, to me, it's more opportunity to share my love of things with you guys. And hopefully be able to do more giveaways with some of the affiliate credit that I get. But I get to share this stuff with you as well and show you what I like and what I am enjoying. So, but to be an affiliate of theirs means a lot to me that I was accepted and that I get to, you know, share their company. They're a family-owned company and I just really enjoy what they stand for. So, let's see. Let me get my pen out. And we'll kind of put some things in. So, I am on PTO on Monday. And then, let's see if there's anything else on the calendar. So, yeah. So, I'm planning that. It's August 14th and 15th, and I'm really excited to hopefully be able to go to that. Let's see if I can get my brow appointment right this time, because I have messed it up the last 2 times. I've written down the wrong day, and then I have stuff planned and I have to reschedule, so... shot day. I think, is it the left? Yep. Okay. So, I think that's pretty much everything that I have right now for next week. I think. I don't have anything else planned. So, we're going to leave that at that. And then I will show you my new pen and new ink things. So yeah, that's just, and I just keep, like, these have been working. I just swap them out. I know I haven't done like a plan with me because I feel like this is just a couple of minutes of setting this up and I really don't do anything with it, but yeah. Oh yeah, I finished this book, That's Not My Name, by Megan Lally, I think is her name. I listened to the audio. I don't do well with audiobooks because my brain just wanders too much and I can't. I don't know. I just don't do well with audiobooks. But that one had me hooked from like the first few minutes, and it was a really good book. I stayed very much I stayed very much entertained, or I was very intrigued by the story. It's a thriller, so if that's not your thing, then that's not your thing. But I do like thriller books, and a lot of people rag on some thriller authors about, oh, they're just fast and easy. Okay, I'm gonna say this and leave it, but I prefer my entertainment consumption to be easier. If I wanted to learn something, then I'm going to get a book that is going to teach me something. I enjoy learning. I absolutely love it. That's why I'm going back to school. When I read for entertainment, I don't want my brain to have to work. I just want to sit there and let the words flow off the page. I don't want to have to think of what does that word mean or have to go look it up in the dictionary. I don't know what that word means. I want to be entertained. So yes, I want them to be maybe a lower reading level than I am, or however you want to put it. I'm not reading for intellectual purposes. I'm reading for entertainment. And so there are a couple authors that people just rag really hard on. And now I have kind of grown out of, I don't don't listen to anything really. I don't read Frida McFadden that much anymore. I'm not really entertained by her books. They're kind of the same and little boring now. I don't find them that they catch my attention. So I don't read her books anymore. But yeah, a lot of people like last year were, oh, her books are so juvenile, and okay, so they were still entertaining. They still told a good story. But now I just kind of feel like she's popping out too many of them, and I think that the quality has kind of, I don't want to say gone down because I feel like her writing is still the same. I think that I've just gotten too used to it and I wanted something else. So I don't read a lot. I like fantasy books, but they have to be really, the world building loses my interest. I enjoy it once I'm in it, but world building kind of bores me because I want to know, I want action. I want things to be happening. I want to be entertained. And if I want world building, I'm going to play a game or do something where I'm interacting with something differently. But that's just how I am. And that's just me and not anybody else. I'm not knocking anything. But it just always took me as odd that people would shame other readers because they felt that the writing or that the books they were reading were juvenile. I read a lot of young adult, because they're written well and they're good stories. I don't care if it feels like it's a child's story, then yeah, maybe not, because I do like a little bit of spice and a little bit of action, or I love horror books, so there's that. But thrillers generally are my go-to. So anyway, yeah, I'm not going to sit here and rant on that, but I want to be entertained when I read, and I don't care about the educational value of a book. That's not why I read them. I read them to be entertained. So this one may not be for everybody. I don't really look at a book as to whether it was young adult or adult. I mean, like, to me, if it has a lot of spice in it, I'm going to tell you it's an adult book. If it's not, and it's not a horror book, it's probably more geared young adult. That's just how I look at books. But yeah, anyway, that's my little, but I really have been I enjoyed that book, but I don't generally enjoy audiobooks because my brain just wanders too much. So anyway, let's get into my little package here from Atlas. They have new cards. I haven't seen these, and I really like them. They're so cute. So this one says, "You're a star." Love it. I love these. I have a whole collection of them. I've ordered way too much stuff from Atlas. So this pen, I have been wanting this pen for a while, but I have two Kaweco Sports, and I do not like these pens. They're just too light. I don't want to say that they're bad. The times that I've written with them, they kind of dry out pretty quick, but that may just be me, and I mean, they may have sat for months. The ink could have been in them for a year for all I know, because I was never picking them up. They're so light. They're just like Sailors. And I mean, this is a, what, $30 pen, $40 pen, if that. And Sailors are $300. And to me, they feel like about the same quality. They're both very light. Sailors have a little bit more catchy colors. But so I don't know what I'll ever do with these pens. I hang on to them because they're my two favorite colors. And then I have the pencil and a couple of ballpoints or roller balls. I don't remember what they are. I don't use any of them. I use my pencil when I want to like doodle pencil sketches or something. But anyway, these, I never use them. I don't know what I'll do with them, but they just sit in my cup. But this one is metal, so I thought maybe it'll be a little heavier. So let's see. I have opened it already just because it came yesterday and I have no patience. But I haven't inked it yet because I'm waiting on, I went back and forth on inks, and I think maybe I've figured out what I want to do with it. Maybe. But so it came with a little sticker that I actually already put in my journal because I've journaled with it. And this little history on the Kaweco. So this is the Kaweco Collection AL Sport, I think is the name for it. It comes with a converter and a cartridge, and I'm actually going to see if it's the same size as my other cartridges. So I have the converter, but this converter is, y'all, this is like the smallest converter ever. It is tiny. There is like no ink going in this thing. It is tiny. It's like half the size of that. Well, not quite half, but considerably. But I don't want to just dump out this ink. So I think I'm going to see if I think that's what they were meant for. I think they are the same. I just can't ever remember. I buy so many things and then I just don't remember what stuff is. Yep, they're the same. So I'm going to fill one of these up with probably one of my new inks. Oh, I don't need to put that. I'm going to leave that in here. So that's probably what I'll do. So I'm just going to toss that in there so I don't forget about it. And yeah, not use this converter because this thing is tiny and it's also kind of hard to use. So yeah, but we are going to weigh this pen and I'll show you my little, I did do a little test. I don't want to dip it again because I already cleaned it, And like I said, I'm going to ink it. So I'll do a writing sample when I ink it. But I'll show you the writing sample that I did do when I just did the dip. This one. So it's a double broad. She is a thick line, but I actually kind of like it. But I did order, that's another reason why I really haven't inked it up yet, is I was kind of waiting for my Van Ness order because I ordered a medium nib because this was only, that's why I bought it. I woke up last Friday morning and this has been in my cart for ages, and I had it in a broad because that was all they had. They had broad and they had double broad. And so I had it in my cart. Well, I woke up and it was gone. And they only had the double broad left. I said, nope, I'm ordering it. So I ordered it. And then when I was on Van Ness, placing my little sample order, I saw that they had nibs for it. And the little clip, because I don't have a gold clip, mine's silver. And so I got the clip and I got a medium nib to swap this out. But I actually kind of like that. I think it looks nice, and I think it would be fun with some, that's what I was playing with some colors, because I couldn't decide if I wanted to do Sugar Snap. I was considering Maestro, but I also have the, do I have it? I think I have it swatched somewhere. It's Ferris Wheel Press Peter Moss. Yeah, this one. So I was kind of leaning toward that one because I really like that ink. But I have a couple coming that aren't green, but I think they might, I don't know, I think they might look good in it. And I'm really curious about them. So I may put, I think it's like a reddish color. I guess that's kind of, does that clash? Except for when it's Christmas. I read that somewhere. I don't know. I don't know anything about color theory. I'm not that person. But yeah, it writes so thick. So I don't know. Maybe I'll dip test first before and make sure that it's not like too wet of an ink. But yeah, that's my new pen. I like it though. It's so pretty. I love green. Green is like my favorite color. So anyway, we'll get somewhere. I don't know why there's so many little ways you can lay this pen. But anyway, that's my Kaweco. It was $92 on Atlas. I don't know if they're still available, but they do have other colors. They had, I think, rose gold available, and they have some really pretty other colors, but some of them were sold out. So, but they may restock. I'm not sure if these are limited or not, but I didn't want to risk losing that one. So let me put the paper back in. There we go. Keep all of that together for now. And then I'll show you my little notebook that I don't really know what I'm going to do with it. It's a Rhodia notebook. I don't really buy these. I think I have one little bitty one somewhere, and I don't use it. Steven uses it. So I have it, and I just kind of did some swatches. I wanted to see how the paper was. So I just did some stuff that I had inked up and just kind of swatched it out. But it doesn't bleed through. It held up really well. I mean, I expected it to. It's fountain pen friendly paper. But it's fine. But you can write with it this way, or you can write with it this way. I guess it doesn't matter if you don't want like the coil, if you're a lefty, so you could write this way instead of having the coil in your way. So I think that's really nice. But I don't know what I'll really use it for, other than maybe just an ongoing list of all the inks and pens that I've like inked up throughout the year. Maybe I'll do that. Maybe I'll just label it at the top January, or not even January, like 2025 pens, and just keep an ongoing list of everything. And then I could look back and see what pens and inks that I use the most, maybe. But I'm also doing something kind of similar with my Hobonichi. what I was doing with it just wasn't really working. I have my plotter, and that's kind of the only planner I use. So I had high hopes because I just wanted to use this thing. It's beautiful. But I did take it out of the cover for now. It's a little hard to write in the cover. But what I'm doing, so this was like the last week I set up. And then I think, no, and this one. And I didn't use it at all because I just don't. So I decided I was going to list the pen and ink that I was journaling with for the day. So I need to go back and fill in. I don't know that I journaled these days, maybe not, but I did have, so you can see where I had the Moon River in here, and then I moved it to the Tom Studio here in the Nautilus pen. So I'm just trying to keep up with what colors I journal when, or what pens I'm using that day. That way I can see if I'm actually using pens or if I'm not, if there's something I'm not really gravitating toward or not really wanting to use. So yeah, that's what I'm going to do with it for now. At least I'm writing in it, and it's still holding up. So mine is doing well. There's no bleed through, and this is a medium nib with very wet ink, and it did not bleed through at all. You can see ghosting, but that is typical. And then the same on this one. The Tom Studio is very wet ink. You can see that it ghosted, but you can't see any bleed through. So that's just kind of what I'm using this for now. I mean, I may find another use for it later in the year, but as of right now, that is what I'm doing. All right, so then we'll get into some inks. Okay, so these are the two inks that I got from Atlas. I got another card. And this one says, hey, with a cute little smiley face on it. And then I have been waiting for these two inks to come back in stock for quite a while. So I'm a little excited about how they're gonna look because I've never seen them in person, and I probably shouldn't have bought full bottles, but I couldn't resist. Okay, so let's get our ink swatch book and my tools. I don't know where my spoon went. There it is. All right, and let me grab some water. All right, so we're gonna swatch both of these. They both are highly sought after, which is why they weren't in stock. So they're both linen toolbar. And the only linen toolbar, I think I only have the one, Joey. I think that's the only one I have. So this one is sesame oil. And I don't know, the swatch just looks so nice. And this one is, it's Sun Moon Lake Ruby Black Tea. So that's the one I'm most excited about, and that's actually the one that I'm considering putting in my Kaweco green for February. So let's see what these two look like. So they are both, I believe, standard inks. Ooh, that's a nice bottle. It's a little different. I like that. But I love the box too. It's so nice. Just sits down in there and then has, I'll probably keep that box. I do keep a few. I don't keep all of them because I don't store them. I store them in a drawer, and it's easier to have them unboxed. You can have more in the drawer. Okay. So let's see. Get this open. I'm just going to continue on this page where I was doing some little tests. And my clip. And we'll do new ink day. Today is January 30th. All right. Let's give it a shot, see what happens. Oh, I like it already. See, I think sesame oil, like actual sesame oil, just looks so nice, and I'm guessing this looks similar, so as long as it's legible. I'm trying to do like swatches that look like droplets instead of having to do my actual droplets with the baggie. The baggie is just so hard to clean. It's not really hard to work with. It's just hard to clean, but the swatches look so nice with the baggie. All right. Linen. Sesame oil. I don't know, I really like that one. I really do. That's a nice brown. Nice neutral. I really like that. I'm glad I got the bottle. I don't think I could find a sample of this anyway, but I am super glad I picked that up. Okay, now this one, I hear so much about this, and I am just super excited. So I don't think it has, no, it's not shimmery or anything, but I really like that bottle. And it's just the name. I mean, I love the name. Ooh, I like that already. Oh yeah. I really, man, that, depending on how it dries, that's going to be hard to beat for a favorite. And I may have, sorry, had a phone call, and then we have a tub situation. Okay, so this ink, what I was saying was this might be a new contender for my favorite. This is gorgeous. I don't know if you can tell what's going on here, but whatever it is beautiful. So this is the longest name of ink I've ever seen. It is, well, linen, toolbar, and then it is sun, moon, lake, ruby, black, tea. Longest name ever. Maybe not, but. All right, and I have forgotten to do my line width on the other one, so. Oh man, that is just, that is a pretty color. It is very different. I think I'm gonna have to order a second bottle to have a backup. But I also think this is what I'm going to put. I think it'll look so nice in this double broad. So let's just go ahead and ink up this pen. Since I'm not using the converter, I have to syringe fill it. So it's going to take a little while to be able to test it because it has to flood the feed. But, oh, I'm so excited. I was going to try one of the other. I've been looking for a dusty pink, and that's what I was going to put in it. But now I really like that. So let's go with it. So we're just going to syringe fill this cartridge. And if you watched my other video, you know how to seal these if you want to save the ink in them and reuse them for later. I'm trying to just get it full. I think I'll be writing with this for a while. All right. Oh, I'm so excited. These cartridges always make me nervous because I don't feel like they're, maybe it is. I just don't feel like they're like super secure. Okay. Yeah, so let's leave it nib down. Although sadly I did that yesterday with my Twisby and it dumped the entire contents of the body of the ink, or the ink in the body. It dumped the entire contents in the cap. So hopefully that doesn't happen with this. I'm just gonna let it kind of, usually if you leave it just nib down for, I'm gonna check the tines for a second because it feels like I just wrote with it yesterday. I did a test, but it feels scratchy on one side. I don't like this loop. Look good lined, but usually you don't have scratchiness with a, oh no, they are a little bit out of, just a tiny bit. Just a little bit. See if I can squeeze this a little bit. There we go. Sometimes it just needs a little help. Give it just another minute. I really like that color. Bring y'all down. It's just such a pretty, I don't know, it's just got a little bit of like yellowish, but red and orange. Just has a whole bunch of layers to it, I guess. I really like it. Okay, I think we're ready to go now. It just takes some time when you do this way. Instead of pulling the ink up through the nib. So when you fill a cartridge, you just have to give it some time for it to settle. So let's see. I think it's got a hair or something. Just dragging a little bit of ink. But it is so nice and smooth. I don't know, this nib might be just a little bit too for me. I feel like I don't have very much control. Yeah, there's something in the tines. probably just like a little fine hair or something. Generally, that's what it is. That's much better. I love it. Love it. Yep. I'm definitely gonna be riding with that. At least for now. When my Van Ness order comes, I may put the medium nib in it just to see, because it is a little broad, but I can always use it for something else if I wanted to put shimmer or something in. I love this pen, but I really like that ink, and I actually like them together, so that's what we're gonna do. I love it. All right, that is a nice little pairing, in my opinion. Love it. All right, well, I guess that is going to be the end of this one. Thank you guys for coming back each week. It means so much to me, but I really appreciate all of you. And if you like this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, and it would mean the absolute world to me if you consider subscribing. See you guys in the next one.